Okay, today's session is to cover the NOCTI 21st Century Skills Assessment that is available through Illinois WorkNet. We are going to have an overview of the NOCTI 21st Century Skills Assessment. Then we're going to talk about how you can become a proctoring site and order assessments, and then take a look at it from the customer's perspective, and then we're going to view results. Okay, so why NOCTI? We have been using NOCTI for quite a while now. NOCTI has a very good reputation. They've been around for a long time. They provide all different types of assessments, secondary and post-secondary, across the United States. And so we have had the NOCTI 21st Century Skills Assessment for several years now. Now we're just covering on how you can use that assessment in new WorkNet. So the assessment that we offer is the 21st Century Skills Assessment. And this is free to all of our Illinois WorkNet partners. It's a non-occupation specific. It's multiple choice. There are 124 questions, and it's an online assessment. This assessment is offered in, you have multiple options for offering the assessment, because we know we have different providers, we have educators, and the time that you have with your customers may vary. So you can order it in one session, which is 2 hours, 2 sessions, which is 2 60-minute sessions, or 3 sessions, or 3 40-minute sessions. We do have the option to order text-to-speech, and all of this is available through Illinois WorkNet. So you order the assessment through Illinois WorkNet, the customers access the NOCTI assessment through Illinois WorkNet, and their scores are saved in their Illinois WorkNet account, so they can always easily access them through Illinois WorkNet. They can download their NOCTI certificates and their digital badge when they successfully complete the 21st Century Skills Assessment. And they can take it an unlimited number of times. They probably don't want to, since they can take up to 2 hours, but that is available. It covers 13 areas, and you can take a look at those on your screen. So it's a variety. There's some reading and math and writing, but a lot of those other areas are workplace skills. Many people ask the question, okay, so this is great, but what's the difference between the NOCTI 21st Century Skills Assessment and the National Career Readiness Certification? And so NOCTI does have a flyer, and we'll make this available on the website. I believe it's in our download and print, but I'll go ahead and put it on our assessment page as well. One of the benefits about the NOCTI 21st Century Skills Assessment is that it is all-in-one assessment. And it does cover the 13 employability areas that are identified by the National Career Cluster Model. The ACT, National Career Readiness Certificate, really is more in-depth on the applied math, locating information, and reading for information. And it is it's provided in 3 assessments as opposed to 1. Okay, so first things first. Now that you know a little bit more about the NOCTI 21st Century Skills Assessment, what do you have to do in order to be able to offer this assessment at your location? Normally, you do have to pay for this assessment, but it is free to Illinois WorkNet partners. So the important step is to log into your Illinois WorkNet partner account. And if you're not already an Illinois WorkNet partner, you can go ahead and follow the steps to become an Illinois WorkNet partner. One of the main things is we want to make sure you're in our service locator. We need you to have an Illinois WorkNet account. And then we need to know that you would like to become a partner. And then that way we can verify your information and give you partner level access. So once you are a partner and you are logged into your account, you're going to go to My Dashboard. And we're going to take a look at this in just a moment. But just remember, you go to My Dashboard, and then there's an area for partner tools. And what you're going to do is look for the NOCTI admin area. Okay? And then it's as easy as agreeing to the terms of use and ordering assessment. Now, if this is the first time that you're ordering and you're not a NOCTI site, that's fine. We encourage you to go ahead and sign up. What you'll see, if you are not the primary contact for your organization, then the first time you go to this page, you're going to see an area that says Request NOCTI Site Activation. And it's going to tell you exactly what to do. So it's going to tell you that your organization is not set up by the NOCTI site. And what you can do, you can either contact info@illinoisworknet.com, and we can make sure that there's a primary contact set up for that location and get the ball rolling. Or it's going to tell you that there's a person that is already identified as the primary contact for that organization. And it's going to tell you who to contact so that you can go ahead and get your site set up and running to be a NOCTI proctoring site. Okay, so if you know that you're a primary contact, you can go ahead and go, log into your dashboard, go to your partner tools, and select the NOCTI area, and you can log in and agree to the terms of use and set up your site. But one of the things that we ask is that we've also added a service for your service locator. So if you are one of the primary contacts, you can go in there and update your services to show that you will also offer the NOCTI at your location. Okay. Now, I'm sure we have people with us today that this will be the first time ordering, and they may already be a NOCTI site, or maybe your primary contact for your location is on this call, and they're going to go ahead and set it up. So whenever you go in, you're going to see that your site is already a proctoring site, but what you'll see is an area that has a lot of text on it that just says, this is the terms of use. And so you can simply agree to the terms of use and submit that, and then you'll have immediate access to ordering the NOCTI assessment. But please, please, please really do read the terms of use. It is really important, and we want to make sure that we follow the rules and everything, the terms of use. So please do read that. Okay, so we've gone through the process of you've been prompted to agree to the terms of use, and now you're ordering assessments. It's immediately available to you. So the first thing you're going to do is decide which number of sessions you're going to use, 1, 2, or 3 sessions. You're going to select the audience. Is it your adults, displaced workers, or youth? And it's all the same assessment. The difference is that when you select the type of audience, then you can, whenever we provide you with the report, you can easily, you can group them. So a person that has many years of work experience may score much higher, I would assume would score much higher than a person coming, straight out of high school. So that way you can kind of keep your audiences together to look at those results. You have the option for the text-to-speech to order those types of assessments. And then all you do is enter the quantity and your session passcode and then the testing date. And then you submit to request your assessment. Okay? Once you complete your order, then you will see there's a link. It tells you that your information was submitted successfully. And you'll see that there's a link to view and print your business card size invitation. So what that does, it gives you the URL and then the username, password, and then whatever passcode that you select, that will be pre-populated in this business card size handouts, so you want to have those for everyone. Okay, and so also we have some information at the top of the page where we have the blueprint for the 21st Century Skills Assessment, we have the different guides, and then we also have the system requirements. So we have some tips for preparing for the event. One of the things that you can do is advertise your event on the Illinois WorkNet event calendar. Again, if you're a partner, you can easily add those sites and so forth, or events. Then we want to make sure that the devices that you are using for this assessment meet the minimum requirements, so please do check that. And then print the login cards for your customers. Now, there are some things that your customers could do to prepare if they wanted to have a little confidence booster, is that we do have the job skill guide, and the job skill guide does cover the academic, technical, and workplace of soft skills. And so what we have is, various skills, we have videos, and then each of these areas, whether it's the job skill guide or the digital literacy guide, it has related resources at the bottom. So if they just, wanted to, get some more practice or read some more information regarding those topics, again, look down at the related resources. So now we're to the point of taking the NOCTI assessment. We have materials that are available for the customer. Again, these are just available through Illinois WorkNet already. We have the guide for taking the assessment, and really it kind of gives them an overview of what's going to be on the assessment, tells them that it is a timed assessment, and gives them the breakdown like what we've already talked about, and that they can earn their certificate, their digital badge, and then also some next steps. So, make sure you add it to your portfolio, list it on your resume, and all that kind of good stuff. So those are available. And again, you want to print out the NOCTI assessment cards and have those available. Or, another option would be to project this information up on the screen. That's an option too. Okay, so once your customer takes the assessment, they are going to receive a summary score immediately. But what happens is they take the assessment, the official scores go, or those scores, that information is sent to NOCTI, and then the official scores are sent back through Illinois WorkNet and are available within 48 hours of completing the assessment. They are available so that, and associated with the customer's Illinois WorkNet account. So customers and Illinois WorkNet partners that have access to that customer information will be able to see those scores. And again, if they've successfully completed the assessment, they can print their certificate and digital badge. Now, where do they find that? Again, they go to their My Dashboard, and then they have an area called My Assessments. When you select My Assessments, they can see all their different assessments, and they go down to the NOCTI 21st Century Skills area, and they can see the results. We'll take a look at that in a moment. But they can also print off or download their certificate of completion, and then they can access their digital badge. So their digital badge will be available in the very, very, very near future. Okay, so we're going to take a look at our NOCTI assessment results, but we're going to take a look at it from the partner's perspective. So we do have the scores that will be available to you. Again, remember, it'll be 48 hours before it populates the Illinois WorkNet system. But what you're going to do is you're going to go to My Dashboard, and again, we'll take a look at that in just a few moments. But you'll look for your customer groups, and within your customer groups, you'll have the groups that you have access to, and you can look at your users. And so you'll see all your user information, and what you'll do is select the Assessments tab. With the Assessment tab, of course, you can see all the different assessments that they have, and you can see the score. So you can see how many times this person has completed the NOCTI assessment or their other assessments, whatever you're looking at the time. You can select their score, and you can see a breakdown of each of those areas that we talked, those 13 areas. You can see each of those areas, and then you can see the score that they have for that particular area. And so your customer is basically going to see the exact same thing. When they come to this page, they're going to see their NOCTI results, they're going to see their score, where they can select it, and see their breakdown of the results. And if they successfully completed it, then they can download their certificate of completion and digital badge. Okay, so right now we are going to take a look at my computer screen. And we're going to take a look at ordering this. Now, for time's sake, I'm already logged into my LMyWorkNet account, lmyworknet.com. I logged into my LMyWorkNet account, so you can see that I have my dashboard right up here, upper right-hand corner. I'm going to click on my dashboard. I'm going to scroll down here a little bit. You'll see I have partner tools. I'm going to select partner tools. My partner tools may be a little bit different than yours, and that's okay. But this is where your go-to place for all of the different specific partner tools that you may have access to. You can see my customer groups and NOCTI admin. I've already got the pages up, so I'm just going to jump over here real quick for time's sake. And you can see that we have the guidance at the top. You know, we have instructions, and you can see I can order in 1, 2, or 3 sessions. I'm going to order in 1 session. I'm going to order for use. I'm going to order 1, and I'm going to use CWD and maybe the date of the assessment. So CWD, July 31st, 2015. That's going to be my session code. And then I'm going to go ahead and put in the date that we're going to take the assessment. And I requested my assessment, and you can see that it says successfully created the NOCTI assessment. You can see it has my passcode information, the one I just did. I'm going to click to view my NOCTI card. Okay, you can see it pre-populated with my passcode. So let me go ahead. I'm going to open up a new browser so that it doesn't get me confused in here. So I'm going to go to, actually I'm going to go to the URL that's on that business card, which is www.illinoisworknet.com, NOCTI, oh, got to spell it right, NOCTI, NOCTI test, and I'm going to log in. Okay, and so it just says, 21st century skills. I'm going to enter that passcode that I entered, which was CWD 7/31/2015. I'm going to validate the code. Okay, so at this point I can take the assessment, give me some instructions just in case I lose my connection. Never fear, you'll be taken back to where you were left off. You're going to be redirected to the NOCTI assessment. So it's basically a single sign-on for the NOCTI. And you can see that my information is pre-populated. And I'm going to click Next. And I'm going to show you what it kind of looks like for trying out the system. You can see it is a multiple choice question as you go along. You have different options as you go through. You can see there's different tools off the side. You can mark this question if you want to come back to it. You can expand the image if you need to take a closer look. Return to your question. There's a calculator if you need a calculator. You can see your progress across where you are in the assessment. So I'm at 2 out of 9 questions right now, and how many remaining, so I can see my status. So we're just going to go ahead and select some of these real quickly. Okay, I'm just clicking through. Okay. Okay. So that is just simply testing out the system. And then you'll go to the next section, which is demographics. So they do ask the questions, but you can, breeze right past those and go into starting the test. So once you do the test, then at the end you'll have a summary, and the person can go back through and see those questions that were marked. I didn't show you that, but you can see your unanswered questions. And then if I had marked them and saved it, then you could see the question marks. So I could return back to those questions. So that is an example of the NOCTI test. You can see also your time remaining. That's up the top. Okay, that's what it looks like from a customer's perspective. Also, we'll just do a quick look at it. As I'm logged in and I've taken the NOCTI, and it's been 48 hours, and when my assessment results come back, I simply log into my account. I click my assessment. I go down to my NOCTI 21st Century Skills, and you can see that I don't have anything in there right now, but you could go in there, and if I had some results in there, then you could see the results, and you could download your certificate of completion. I do have a screen capture. I want to be real careful not to share any of our real customer data, but I did do a screen capture of a person that has completed the NOCTI assessment. So you can see, we have the different, let me see if I can zoom in here a little bit, like the reading skills, math skills, and you can see that they have the scores and what those scores kind of look like for each of those areas. Okay. So that is our overview, and you can ask any questions that you like. I'm going to go ahead and run out of time, so I'm going to go ahead and switch over to our next screen, which is, I just wanted to let you know that always, if you haven't done so already, follow, subscribe to our Only WorkNet News, and then follow our social media, because we do have some updates. I did show you an overview of the NOCTI and how to order it, but some of the features that we need to, that we're working on adding as we speak, is the reporting tools that you can use. And okay, I see a question coming in real quick. But so what you can do, some of the things we're adding is a complete assessments area with a dashboard. So we'll be working on that.